man named Massena was one of Napoleon's generals. He suddenly appeared with 18,000 men before an Austrian town which had no means of defense. He had appeared to take over the town and to cause war in that town and to take it over. The town council had nearly decided to surrender when all of a sudden an old dean of the church reminded them that it happened to be Easter Sunday. And so he said, I know that Napoleon's generals are coming after us and his army, but let us just hold the services. Let's just hold a service as usual. And to leave the trouble in God's hands, why don't we just go ahead and have church service? So that Austrian town went up into the chapel and they began to hold church. They went into the church, and it's customary that when they went into the church, they would turn on their church bells. So the bells would be ringing. And the French, hearing the church bells ringing joyfully, they heard the church bells in the distance as they were approaching the town. They concluded that an Austrian army had come to defend those people, and they quickly broke camp. And before the bells ceased from ringing, all the Frenchmen had vanished. I realize now that this incident that was a part of history has often been duplicated in our lives. We have rung the joy bells in the face of pain and sickness and poverty and fear and loneliness and many other trials. We have rang the joy bells. The enemy and his coward thieves heard our joy bells and they ran away, and they have been conquered. Is there anybody here? Can you hear the joy bells ringing? Yeah, can you hear the joy bells ringing? I've got joy. I've got a joy unspeakable. I've got a joy unnameable. I got a joy that's unbreakable. This is why we can sing, and I probably directed it with so much confidence. Oh, the joy that floods my soul. I was sinking deep in sin, but he touched me, made me whole again. Is there anybody who knows? I got joy. Then you ought to let your joy bells ring. They let it ring with praise. Let them ring with your hands up. Let them ring with you giving thanks in the midst of your storm. Let them ring with you blessing the name of the Lord. When you think about his goodness, I can't help but have joy. Devil can't steal it from me. I've seen so much from him. He's been with me for so long. I cannot have my joy stolen. Now, I may lose again. I talk like I'm a win all the time. Sometimes we have to go back and fight again after falling. But I'm so glad that we fall down, but we get up and we can get our joy back. I'm thankful. I've got my chara. There's no grand theft chara here because the enemy is driven back. Let your joy bells ring. Oh, the joy that floods my soul.